Congratulations, Rafa. Brilliant performance, brilliant comeback there in that final set to come back from 5-2 down. Best start to the season ever, and some of your best comebacks. I mean, the Australian Open final down 2 sets, now down 5-2 in a third here to Korda. What got you through? What was the biggest reason to get you through today?
Well, I still don't know because thanks, but I think he was playing much better than me today. When was one of these days that even if I started playing well, I think the first set, then I lost the feeling, and I was not able to have that feeling back. But with the 5-2, I think I improved a little bit, and it's true that I played some great passing shots to come back, and I think he got a little bit nervous, being honest, because he had some mistakes with his forehand more than usual. And that's what happened. I came back. I am super happy to win this match because that gives me the chance to play in 2 days, and I have been playing so well. So even if today I didn't play very well, probably the good level is not very far. So I hope I will be able to turn this day and be ready to play at a very good level.
You talked about a little bit about the level being not so good. Mentality-wise, when you aren't playing that well, does your thought process change? Do you say the same things to yourself?
Well, it's more important to win matches when you are not playing well than when you are playing well, because when you are playing well...
It's easy, right?
Not easy, never easy, but it's more usual to win matches. But when you are not playing well, then every victory has much more value. And at the end of the season, the experience says what really makes the difference is about how many matches you are able to win without playing well. And today is one of these ones. And that gives me the chance to play better in 2 days. That's a chance, and I'm going to be able to have a good practice tomorrow, and I hope to be ready. You never know, but today I find a way, so I need to find a way now to be back to the highest level.
Well, it was a good way, and there was a lot of moments that were very important. Our guys downstairs found a very interesting moment for me in the third set, which I think is one of the most difficult shots in tennis. At 5-4, watch this shot that you come up with, this little topspin lob when he comes forward here. Coming forward and flicking that ball, not so easy at that moment.
No, it was honestly, that's a very difficult shot in tennis because it's difficult to have the corner. But I hit a good lob, and he's very good covering the net. And in that moment, I felt that if I was from that position, I saw him coming in. So I don't see a passing there, So I thought, okay, I'm gonna try to make a lob to his backhand, and then you put him in a difficult position. And it was a good lob, and then of course he could make it, but it was a difficult one.
Rafa, you talk about putting yourself in a position, giving yourself the chance. You've won all 16 matches this year. Best start to your career at age 35. You've beaten the #1 currently ranked player in the world twice. Do you feel like you're the best tennis player in the world right now?
Well, I don't think about that. No, I honestly don't know. I don't think, and I don't care much. No, yeah. I'm just happy to be in the position that I am. Honestly, 2 months and a half ago or 3 months, I was not sure that I will have the chance to play again at the right level of tennis, professional tennis. So today I am competitive again. I won 3 tournaments. I am here playing Indian Wells. I just try to enjoy every day. I don't put myself in that position that I want to be the best, I just try to keep going. I know if I am healthy and if I am able to work the right way and play tournaments in a row. During all my career, I had a positive level, and I had my chances to compete for the things that I wanted, and that's still the goal. Just keep enjoying this sport and try to fight for important things.
I think that attitude that you talk about, Rafa, as a coach, I love the fact that you keep it so simple as all that matters is the next point, doing as well as I can, and then managing the situation so you do the best you can. And now at this stage in your career, you talk about having to manage your schedule. You just pulled out of Miami just to make sure everything is okay. How do you come across those decisions?
well, talking with the team first of all, and then sometimes you make decisions that you don't want it. But as I said, somebody asked me in Acapulco about trying to come back to number one, and I said, okay, going to be so difficult because I will not follow this goal. So there is plenty of young players that if they lose here, they're going to play in the next event. I'm not going to do that. I have my schedule. If the things are going well with that tournament's fantastic. If not, I can't extend much my calendar. Everybody knows about that my body is how it is, and especially my foot. So I need to be all the time finding the right balance to keep going. Because if I am doing extra efforts, then can be the end for me. So even if I would love to play in Miami and I would love to play in a lot of places that I can't, I need to make my decisions and I need to follow my body. I need to follow my priorities, and I feel that after here I need some time to rest a little bit, and of course to practice on clay to be ready for the clay. So that's it. I just try to stay healthy and to stay competitive.
I think he's earned a rest, don't you think, Steve?
I think so, for sure. And those decisions have been all the right decisions so far this year. So
the right decisions are always the same. If you win, you make a right decision. If you lose, it's a bad decision. That's about this sport.
When you never lose, Rafa, you're always making the right decisions. Congratulations on the win today, the perfect start to the season so far. Thank you so much for spending some time with us here. It always is a pleasure to get to chat with you.
My pleasure, too. Thank you.